Alright, this is Invaders number 3, and there are two things to immediately grab you on this cover. The first is Seaman's nipples. If you look, they are incredibly erect. Something must be really getting him ganning. He must be thinking about invisible wife being all naked and that, and she's like doing something erotic that proper turns him on, like, I don't know, maybe she is shoving a starfish up her snatch. I don't know, I am not Seaman, but if you can take your eyes off his stiff teats, then the other thing you should take a good long look at is this here design for the original human fire. I quite like it. I think it looks good, but he never sported it. He never wore this inside a comic because they overhauled this book and changed the direction and dropped the original character redesigns. I think Seaman is actually the only one whose look in this book is consistent with what was initially envisioned. I will get into what happened, I will. But with this two-part story, I am wanting to try and establish that this is an overlooked peach that Marvel put out. We have got a cast of characters here down the side. That is perfect for me. It means I can use that to quickly gan our who is on this team. We have got the original human fire. He has been gaslit into leading this team of invaders. We have Plastic Man. He has organised this group and is lying to them all. U.s.agent. It says u.s.agent there, but he was back to calling himself Captain America in the stories. We have Seaman, Fire Spit, Jack Staff, Atomic Skull, and some robot fire girl who doesn't really matter. The Invaders, the team, they are operating out of an advanced warship. And right now they are being attacked by an onslaught of insectoid robot drone things. And they have also been boarded by some terrorist supervillains. We have Cobra Commander. This is Sexy Nazi Woman. Sexy because she is a woman, not because she is a Nazi. We have Baroness Bat, and we have Earthman from SeaWorld. They have snuck aboard the ship, they want to take control of it, they want to hijack it, and they have taken the heroes by surprise. But then the human fire, his fire powers, they haven't been working for a while, but he suddenly activates them. And he wastes 2 pages of story here. And then Cobra Commander beats the crap out of human fire. These baddies are all written up very well. They were meant to form the basis of a regular rogues gallery for this team. But obviously the book ended with issue 9. And it never really managed to get back to some of them, like Cobra Commander here, or Sexy Nazi Woman. Again, she is sexy because she is a woman, not because she is a Nazi. And this issue, it is all about putting our new Invaders team up against these baddies. They are all hard villains who have connections to various members of the team. As I said, they are written up quite well. John Walters, he gets his arse kicked by Sexy Nazi Woman. She is like Wonder Woman, but as a Nazi. And she just beats the shit out of men in this comic, which would be considered gorgeously woke nowadays if she wasn't also a Nazi. I like this sexy Nazi woman though. Not because she is a Nazi, because she is a woman and she is sexy, and I think she is a fun enemy and she is sexy and she would beat me up. Then we have Man, and he is shown to be really deplorable. He is into raping women and stuff like that. And we even get a little bit to flesh out some of our supporting characters. It turns out that the retired superhero, the mighty Finn, the captain of this ship, his wife, who is a seaman from SeaWorld, she is actually Man's daughter, and Man raped her mum and possibly even raped her when she was a child. So now we have the mighty Finn lashing out at Man. Meanwhile, below decks, we have Plastic Man. He is avoiding all the fighting topside, and instead he is trying to dissect one of the drones. He is trying to track down his arch nemesis, and that is one of his real agendas. Next up, we have Baroness Bat. She was an Jack Staff enemy, and by extension, a Fire Spit enemy. And here, she teases Fire Spit about their shared continuity. This book, I think this hits that criteria I said for a good comic. Like the three essential parts. We have action, we have character, and we have continuity. Then we have Atomic Skull. He is walking around the ship, being silly and weird and unhinged. He is beating up some of them drone things. Some more stuff with Man and the mighty Finn. They really build Man up as an idiot bastard in this. And he doesn't really get his comeuppance by the end. Now, Atomic Skull, he fights Cobra Commander. This guy, Cobra Commander, he debuted in Jason Byrne's Seaman series, in the Invaders reunion story, issues 10, 11 and 12. He has never appeared since this book, and other than a background appearance in issue 6, he doesn't even appear in this book anymore after this issue. Same with Sexy Nazi Woman. And here she is, being sexy, but not because she is a Nazi. She is just bruising the fuck out of John Walters and threatening to castrate him and Jack Staff. This is just a fun character. I like a villain who you can just have fun with. You didn't need to explain why she wants to chop off their dicks. You can just get everything that this character is about really quickly. Also, during all of this, she is abusing John Walters for not being the real Captain America and making insinuations about him failing to measure up. She's implying that he has a small cock. I like the art. I said that in the last video, but I really like the art. It gives the book a distinctive look, and it defines the series for me. There is one issue number 6, which has a fill-in artist, and I was always kind of down on that issue for not having the same sort of digital art. The team's magic boat It teleports them all away from the baddies before they get their arses kicked anymore. To be fair though, they were taken by surprise. Here is a bunch of character moments in the aftermath. I've set Plastic Man up and made him sound like a dickhead. And he is a bit of a dickhead, but he does seem to genuinely care about these people who he considers his friends. He is using them and he is selfish, but he does consider the mighty Finn and his wife to be like good friends, and he is regretful that they wound up getting put at risk. We have some stuff with the original Human Fire and Fire Spit teasing a romance between the two of them, because we're going to have an aborted love triangle thing with him and her and Jack's staff. Human Fire, he reveals that the reason he is sticking around with this team, even though he has major doubts about them, it is because of her and his feelings for her. Finish on a nice bit with them all being friends. John Walters and Jack Staff and Atomic Skull, they have some cans of lager together. Also, John Walters, he is in a wheelie chair, somewhat foreshadowing where he will end up 6 years after this comic came out. I love this. I reckon this series is maybe the most underrated series ever. I never have seen anyone even talk about this, let alone saying that it is good. I once saw a scathing review of an issue 5, but it was all about the person, the reviewer, hating the art and saying that it ruined the story and it didn't make something clear when it definitely does, and they are just stupid. I think the series, it was doomed to failure. It spun out of a terrible Avengers storyline, and even though they completely changed the direction and the creators, it just wasn't enough to undo the damage and the bad faith that the leading story caused. Our next storyline in the book is Baroness Bat. It is a 2-parter, but I will look at issue 1 first to gun out that original idea with this team. I am so glad that we never got that stuff, so I'll rate this 7 thumbs up.